Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. So, Capricorns, let's get to this. All right. We're going to take a peek at, the person who wants to message Capricorn. Hang on. Cards, like literally, maybe this is somebody who wants to message like immediately because you saw the way those came out. That was really rapid. Two of Pentacles is sideways. Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, Eight of Swords. Hang on. A lot of sword energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, possibly. This could be somebody who feels very connected to Capricorn. We have Hermit. We have Three of Pentacles sideways. This is somebody who has clearly not spoken with Capricorn in a long time, but they have been thinking and watching and spying, but feeling stuck, feeling like they just weren't sure if Capricorn would receive them very well. Is this romantic or non-romantic? They come across as a Queen of Swords. We have Ace of Swords. We have Ten of Wands. Well, right now we don't have any cups or anything. We just have distress. We have somebody that maybe stopped talking to Capricorn at one point in time with that Ace of Swords. And it would have been so easy for this not to have gone this way. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be same-sex relationship. Capricorn is showing up as the Queen of Pentacles here. They're showing up as the Queen of Swords. This could be non-romantic as well, of course. And then again, it doesn't matter what genders we're talking about. I never care about that. What matters to me is if they're in a feminine energy, it means that the energy of the moon, which is a gravitational pull. So they may be hoping that Capricorn would reach out to them. Temperance. This is somebody who clearly would like to say something because they do have some kind of a regret. They've thought about this for a really long time. This doesn't mean that things ended in some hideous mess. This could actually just be somebody who hasn't reached out in a long time, even though they think of Capricorn. Truth be told, I don't see like fighting or evidence of something like that. If anything, it's more like maybe they feel bad that it's been a long time since they reached out to Capricorn, and it's like they're still hemming and hawing, but sometimes it can be awkward when it's been a while to then reach out even to like a friend or something. We have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Okay, there's the first sign of maybe there is a little bit of bad blood here. Maybe it's like either they're thinking, well, I mean, Capricorn could have reached out to me too, maybe this is just an awkwardness between two people that were friends, but then, like life gets busy. You don't necessarily reach out when you thought you were going to, then time passes. I mean, you never know what's going to happen in life. And sometimes it's just like everything gets swept away other than like the mere survival aspect of what we have to pay attention to. It could be something like that. We have the World card that is sideways. The thing is, at this point in time, at least, they do miss Capricorn. But I almost feel a little bit like this person might feel like Capricorn didn't really touch base to check on me. This could be somebody bent out of shape a little bit, thinking Capricorn didn't check up on me. I don't know. There's weird shared energy of like Two of Pentacles where it's like they can see it both ways, but then they still seem to be... I don't know if this person got a little bit like, well, if Capricorn's not going to reach out to me, then I'm not going to reach out to them. The least they could do is, whatever, text me to say hi or something. Let's change decks. Let's take a look. Capricorn, what does Capricorn feel about this person? I'm still kind of unsure about who they are too, like what the dynamics are in the relationship. Page of Wands, Eight of Cups. It's weird because Capricorn has indeed like walked away from this, but it could be that Capricorn's life got really, really busy and they were like, oh, yeah, that's a super fun person. But then, it's not like I can always hang out with somebody. Honestly, Six of Pentacles, Capricorn has a lot of other things that they've had to attend to solo. Maybe this has been, Capricorn hasn't had time lately to catch up with, this feels more friend related than romance. But let me keep going because we still don't know the dynamics here. Six of Wands, Four of Cups. No, on Capricorn's side, it's true their life's been very busy. And it's true that Capricorn's world has been filled with, even other like people that they've associated with, they kind of moved away from this individual and they've been interacting more with someone else or a different group lately. And that group looks like it's more friends and maybe like personal accomplishments. But Capricorn does think about this person. And now we have possibly a divine masculine. Capricorn might have been confused by this person. Like, I was interested in him, but, I guess need to try to get something going. I could see that because of their subtle, like, well, Capricorn could have reached out to me, the fact that they had a little bit of that, chip on the shoulder, or maybe fair, point that they made, like, well, I'm not the only person who could reach out. Capricorn could have too. It does feel like a situation that kind of fizzled for lack of direct, interest and connection and communication. And it looks like Capricorn's life was busy. They didn't pursue things with this person, nor did this person pursue things with them. Capricorn had other fish to fry, other successes, other friend, and colleague related, activities that they had to participate in. But Capricorn does wonder and even kind of lament. It's kind of a bummer that nothing went anywhere with that one person. So let me ask this, the dynamics then. We saw the Page of Wands, which would suggest Capricorn was attracted to this person, but let's see. The Moon, the King of Pentacles, and the Inspiration of Wands. Again, that's the Page of Wands. I think Capricorn was never sure if this person was into them or not. I think there was desire. There was some kind of flash of attraction, but it's like, I don't know if they want to be my date, my person that I would be with. I don't know. Are they looking at me as somebody they'd like to, make an offer to? I don't know. It seems like attraction that didn't turn into genuine pursuit between the two of them. But I'm going to say that's the case for both of them. And we still see this person kind of stuck on Capricorn, spying on Capricorn, thinking an awful lot about Capricorn. But to me, I still got the vibe that they were like, well, Capricorn could reach out to me, telephones work both ways, but, and things like didn't get off the ground. The Ace of Swords, I don't know, this feels, you notice how this person is touching the sword with one fingertip? I was going to say this person feels a little touchy, and you see them touching the sword with one fingertip. Maybe this person is a little bit like they expect to be more of the center of attention. Maybe that's something about them that, if they don't feel properly, kowtowed to or celebrated or prioritized, then they kind of like drift off, and it's a little bit, I don't know, it feels a little passive aggressive. I'm not going to lie, because they keep saying, well, it goes two ways, but I don't know. It feels more like Capricorn was interested in them, but then they failed to reciprocate. But they were standing over there going, well, Capricorn could have, put in some effort for this if they wanted all this. So actually, let's turn to the universe. Universe, what have you got to say about this? Just as a, higher perspective. Seven of Swords and the Magician. Plain and simple. There is this weird game of like hide and go seek going on in this, instead of just manifesting what somebody wants. With that Magician there, all sketched out, not really filled in. Somebody is pretending like, well, gosh, I don't know why it didn't work out when they know darn well why it didn't. They didn't put in the time and the effort. For whatever reason, they chose not to genuinely become the magician and manifest. And although they still think about reaching out to Capricorn, we see them still a little bit butthurt, like, well, I don't get why, Capricorn didn't reach out to me. Okay, but let's turn back to them. Let's go ahead and go, let's go with this deck. So are you intending on reaching out to Capricorn, or are you still in, kind of I see them not in a vibe to reach out? With that Three of Pentacles in the reverse, as much as this person wants to talk to Capricorn, they're not going to do any of the lifting to try to get Capricorn back or to open up dialogue again. 10 of Swords, and then that Knight of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is somebody who would rather not put them own selves out there, is what it says. Now that's unfortunate because we don't see them, we'll say, brave enough to actually make an offer. And that means brave enough, or maybe there's a stingy attitude here. They would rather, I don't know, we got these smashed guitars, which I can't fathom why you'd ever break an instrument, you know? And so I feel like this person kind of has it's a little bit of an all about me attitude. And I'm so sorry to say that, but they want to reach out. They do, but they're kind of like a petulant, childish behavior is how they come across in this. So this doesn't look like this particular character is going to be reaching out. Let me ask over here, Capricorn, would Capricorn reach out? The Tower. Capricorn's like, no, let it go. Honestly, I mean, sometimes I wonder what the heck happened with them, because there was like an attraction or something, but nothing came of it. But you know what? There's other people in my world. So maybe this is the time where if Capricorn doesn't hear from this person during this, let's say, particular holiday or something, that's where Capricorn's like, you know what? I think I'm done. Because if I feel like somebody and myself, we had like this potential, but then nothing ever came of it, you know what? It's all right. Maybe it wasn't supposed to. I can let it go. I think if this individual continues to spy and stay stuck, but continues to say, well, you know, it's a two-way street, Capricorn could reach out to me. If they sit there with that chip on their shoulder and they don't reach out, then I don't see anything coming of this. And maybe that's just, you know, well and good. Because if they're not really ready to manifest things and take charge of things and be the magician in their life, then the truth of it is they find ways to camouflage that reality by instead, you know, scapegoating and saying, well, Capricorn, perfect scapegoat, right? The goat could have reached out to me. But in truth, I don't see this as a person who is quite ready for Capricorn. Capricorn could maybe still hear from this person way later on down the road, but this is somebody who thinks all the time about contacting Capricorn, but finds these reasons not to. And it boils it down to, at least from the universe's perspective, that in truth, they're not ready to reach out. They're not ready to manifest anything. So I'm sorry. I know that's not like the most lovely of messages, but on the other hand, I don't think Capricorn is going to be losing sleep over this. I think they're going to move on with their merry life, and maybe, you know, the individuals that will be taking action in Capricorn's life will be the focal point of Capricorn's world. So I know, I just kind of like the Capricorn's ability to just be like, oh, I'm not going to stress out about it. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye for right now.